Any opportunity to celebrate, it's always When I stepped into it, I started to realize how powerful NFT blockchain technology is. And then I started to think about all of the stuff that I've been doing in the past, 10 years. Past the aux, starting one of the first music producer podcasts back then called Blap on the Radio, the monthly club, Platinum Club. And essentially it was an event that ultimately brought people together. Music producers, rappers, singers, songwriters, engineers, together in one room to vibe, play each other's music, network with each other, eat pizza or whatever. I'm super excited to tell you guys about this project. It's basically, the project is an NFT launch. It's a collection of generative night pieces, and each night piece represents a member of our community, which is called the Squad of Nights. People who own the NFT are essentially, music creators, music producers, even graphic designers, and entrepreneurs and music managers, all coming together in this community. So the whole idea behind this project is to bring people, like I said, bring community together. If you're a rapper, you're gonna need a music producer. You're gonna need someone who can engineer your songs, right? An audio engineer. You're gonna need someone who creates the artwork for your music. You're gonna need either an assistant or a manager to help you push the business side of your music. A Squad of Nights project is meant to expose you to other like-minded creative individuals that you could come together with to ultimately help you create your music. The Squad of Nights can come together and network with each other, right? We're gonna do what we like to call sound clashes. And then we have a reward system called the Nights Token. We have exclusive merchandise, and you're also going to be able to redeem your Nights tokens for studio time at premier studio locations across the globe. A lot of these NFTs don't really have any purpose. Like, I want to genuinely give back to the community. All the info for minting Squad of Nights will be in the Discord. Okay, so just go to squadofnights.com, and we're excited to launch this. Blap gods. Yes. We're here. Happy 4th. Good morning. Thank you, Jay Nwandros. And listen, I want to start off by saying, Jay, I'm really proud of you for your 90-day Blap challenge. Pretty amazing. I've been seeing you tweet about it and post up that you have been consistently making beats every day without missing a day. And you're doing it for 3 months straight. That's absolutely incredible, man. So I want to give you your flowers real quick, because that's no easy feat. So congrats to you, man. Good morning to everyone here. Bufo, Anush, Jay, of course, Retro Rigs. This is our new setup. It's a new month. It's July 4th. It's a holiday, but like, I'm like, whatever. We're gonna work. We're gonna stream on a holiday. It's fine. I don't really celebrate July 4th, to be honest. It was fun when I was a kid, but I'm kind of over the fireworks. I'm low-key kind of like not even really into it, honestly. Also because I have a kid now, so I put my daughter to sleep, and I'm like, dog, these fireworks need to chill. These fireworks need to chill. Why is my ringer still on? My ringtone still on? Okay, I gotta call these people back. A few minutes. Well, we're back. Moxitron, what's up? Yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope we're good. Colby is art. Good morning to you. Retro Rigs. Facts said facts. Yeah, man. The Real C Style says, bro, I'm a producer out of LA, and I recently got my first platinum plaque for a song I produced called Chosen by Blast. Congrats to you. Congrats. I've been following you for over 10 years, and you're one of the reasons for my success. Dude, Real C Styles, that means a lot, bro. I'm really glad that I've been able to inspire you to get to that point, man. And, you know, getting that first platinum plaque for a song is a big deal. That's a very, very difficult thing to do. And you did it. So I'm really proud of you, man. Really awesome stuff. So yes, Ruben, the room is awesome. Thank you. This is the new room. Give me some feedback in the chat room. This is our first stream. This is technically our second stream, but this is our first official stream at the new spot. And we have new lighting, we have a new room, we have a new camera angle, all that stuff. Moxitron said, I tried to click on the Discord link and it was expired for me. Moxitron, you must have not gotten the memo, so apologies for that. But the Discord is the active Discord right now is the Squad of Knights Discord. So if you want to join that, just go to squadofknights.com and you'll see a link for the Discord. I'm pretty much active in there every day. As you guys know, I made it pretty clear that my Squad of Knights NFT is, you know, a big priority for me, and a lot of this stuff we're doing moving forward is through there. So yeah, you're welcome to join us over there on the Squad of Knights Discord. So guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button. Let's get the Instagram algorithm going, and let them know that, like, we're here. You know, this is so fun. You guys can see I have a brand new Q&A plugin here, which is pretty cool. Took me a while to figure out how to do that, but we did it. So I'm going to be answering questions and displaying them up here so you guys can read them as well, and so you guys have context of what we are talking about, you know. So yeah, man, so it's a new week, a new month, so much to talk about, so much to do. How are you guys feeling? How about we start there? How's everyone feeling about the state of music production, the state of the business of music, where we're headed, what we're hearing, what we're working on? You know, it's a lot of things we can unpack. And I made a tweet yesterday about one of my goals for these YouTube streams, and I really want to create some good conversation with you guys regarding everything and anything that you're going through, or you're perceiving, or challenges that you guys are experiencing with being musicians. You know, what you're going through, what you're aspiring to accomplish, and I want to try to be here as a resource and try to help as much as possible. A Wisdom said, hey family, I'm a female producer from Canada. What do you think of a hip-hop musical that's not horrible corny? I'm currently working on one. Yeah, do it. Hip-hop musical, do it. I mean, you know, the first sort of mainstream, I would consider it a hip-hop musical. The first mainstream hip-hop musical was Hamilton on Broadway by Lin-Manuel Miranda back in 2015. That was sort of the groundbreaking kind of introduction to hip-hop musical style on Broadway. And you know, A Wisdom, I Wisdom, you know, assuming obviously you know about that. So yeah, I mean, I think it would be awesome. Work on that. Focus on it. Lex P, Live Gang, LF, let's fucking go. Tweet, like, share, comment, and welcome Mr. Mind to 305. Thank you, Colby's Art. Thank you for the hospitality. I'm loving Miami so far. It's always been one of my favorite cities. I used to come here every winter because, as you know, New York gets really shitty in the winter. So we would vacation down here in Miami every year, basically. Been doing that for like the past 12 years. And so decided to make the move, man. Excuse me, decided to make the move. And I'm really, really happy to be down here. Colby said, I'm grabbing one for sure. I want to go to meet up for the C word. Seems like the best way to go about things. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shota Che. Blessings to you. Blessings to you, Shada. Right back at you. Bufo, one of our OGs, says, everyone in the producer community pissed off because Instagram keeps removing our posts saying we don't own the sounds in it, even though it's our own beats. We need to bring this to the Supreme Court. Just one of the many challenges that we're facing, Bufo. One of the many challenges that we're facing. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know how else to approach it because it's a real issue. People are getting copyright strikes for their own music on their own platforms, and I don't even know where to begin, dude. To be honest, I don't even know where to begin. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Content ID is a big problem, and yeah, I don't know where to begin, bro. I don't have the answer. I don't have the answers for that right now. But you know, DMCA takedowns and copyrights is something that I've been trying to talk about for years, and people just don't seem to listen. You know, I can guarantee you a big reason why Content ID is popping up is because you're sampling music that you don't own, and you might think you own it, but you really don't. You guys know where I'm getting at. Let me put this comment up from Bufo. It says, I know this Content ID topic gets old because we don't have answers, but complaining makes us feel better. Yeah, I mean, complaining about it is an acknowledgement. But let me start here with this, guys. One of the main reasons why you guys are getting, myself included, getting copyright and DMCA takedowns for your beats is because you're using loops and sound sources from unauthorized places, or people that just don't authorize usage for selling their loops. Now, let me explain. If you get a loop from Splice or from somewhere, and someone uses that loop, and they register that and they copyright that, because sometimes when you have royalty-free loops and, you know, thousands of people have the same loop, chances are someone is gonna use it and try to release it as a song, which is fine. But once that person releases that song and it's Content ID'd on like DistroKid or TuneCore or something, and it's released as a real song, now that loop is, you can't use that loop anymore, because if you try to, Content ID will recognize it and say, oh no, you can't use that. There's a song that exists that was released and claimed months ago or weeks ago or years ago, whenever it was. And now all of a sudden you can't use that loop, and you never would have known that, because out of all the thousands of people that have that same melody, chances are you're not going to be able to know, when that happened, or if someone would even do that. So it's a big issue that us as a community just keeps ignoring. We keep ignoring it. It's falling on deaf ears, and I kind of gave up on trying to explain the importance of this, because as we keep doing this as a producer community, as we continue to do this, which is like sample music and then not have it, and then copyright ID and then content ID, and then using the same loop over and over and over and over again, and throwing it on this platform, and there's no regulation, there's no usage, there's no contracts, there's no ownership. It's going to get extremely messy. It's like a bunch of tangled cables. These aren't tangled, but it's like if I took these cables and just kept tangling them and adding more until you end up with a web of completely tangled cables that are extremely difficult to untangle, because you've just dug yourself into this insane, messy mess of audio usage, and you have no idea how to even track any of this. And so what do you end up with? You end up with a bunch of music content that's just content ID'd. And you have no idea where they came from. You have no idea where to go, how to clear stuff. I was talking about this shit in 2015 when I really were in the midst of sample usage, and even a couple years ago when I started doing loops on eBay, and I was talking to you guys about one-of-one loops, and then last year when I introduced NFTs on loops as an NFT. MK Ultra, thank you, said that's why bid loops is genius. Thank you, MK Ultra. That's why I started bid loops, for this idea that this approach of like only one person could own and use one loop instead of 1,000 people. And I get shitted on. I get comments on Instagram. I get comments on Twitter like, yo, Illmind, fuck you. You know what you're talking about. Or like they accuse me of like a money grab. And I'm like, bro, wake the fuck up. Like, open your eyes and like just pay attention to like what's actually happening out here. Like, we're digging ourselves up into this fucking hole of a mess of like copyright usage and content ID. And then when it affects you, all of a sudden you want a solution. Like, oh, let me shit on Illmind and not acknowledge the fact that he's actually trying different things to find a solution. And like, let me shit on Illmind on social media or whatever, or on YouTube comments. But then if it affects me, all of a sudden I'm complaining about it. So like, listen, if you don't like what I'm doing, you can shit on me all you want, but don't come back to me and don't complain to me when the shit affects you. Like, I want you guys to know this, and this is obviously not directed to you guys, because I love you guys, and I know you guys don't feel that way towards me, but if you do, or if you did, just understand that like all these weird things that I do, like bid loops and one-of-one, and they're like new and they're weird, and you're like, oh, Illmind, this is like cool, this is different. Like, is this a money grab? Whatever, like whatever you think it is, here's what it really is. What it really is an alternative way to approach what everyone else is doing, because what everyone else is doing obviously doesn't work. It's not working. Whatever process we're as a community, when I say we, whatever we're doing right now is not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. And I've been saying this for years, and I've been warning people. So I'm not going to sit here and like get on YouTube and like complain about it. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, it's all love. You know what I mean? From me, at least. Like, I don't get any hard feelings like when I see a little troll comments on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, like, I don't feel any type of way. I feel empathy because I'm like, man, something is bothering you. You know what I mean? And I'm here to try to help fix that. I'm only one person, you know? So a couple years ago when I started, when I released a sample pack on eBay, any of you guys in here remember when I did that on eBay? That was fun. When I sold the pack on eBay, that was an alternative approach to, you know, instead of selling or releasing 1,000 royalty-free loops, what about we just give that royalty-free loop to one person and you know, do it that way and create maximum value for that one person. So again, everything I do is just a way for you guys to try, and a way for you to open up the community to alternative ways to doing things. That's my motivation. Shada, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the love. Russian Cream Beat says, funny thing is now everyone's complaining. Yes, I'm allowed to complain, man. This is my YouTube channel, man. Come on, man. I get to say what's on my mind too, man. No, but love to you, Russian Cream Beats. Real. DeAndre Johnson said, do something that we all haven't tried, like Pierre Schaeffer music, concrete ingredients. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool. Gasoline Greg said, pioneers will always be the first in line to receive arrows in the back by the masses that don't understand or lack vision to see in the near future. Thank you. Thank you, Gasoline Greg. I don't really do things to be first. I do things because, like, I'm just like a deep thinker, and I like to solve problems, you know? And I care about this community, and I want to do things and use my popularity and use my name to set an example and to just do things that push what we do forward. That's my main thing. I want to push it forward. I want to push everything forward, because then it opens up opportunity for you guys. RJC, RJC is a Blap god and an OG. Thank you, RJC. That's why his name is highlighted in green. If you guys want to become a member, join that membership. I'm going to be doing Q&As with my members and all that good stuff. Plus, there's a bunch of perks and stuff. We're going to have fun here. We're grown. We're just getting started. Dix Insider said, the problem with bidding, in my humble opinion, is that once someone bids 5 or 10K, it immediately excludes and alienates a large number of the crowd because most folks can't afford anywhere near that, so they lose interest. Absolutely, Dixon. I 100% agree. And I realized that happened at the last bid loops that we did a couple weeks ago. I realized that happened, and I apologize for that. I mean, sometimes that stuff is, I mean, not sometimes, always. You can't control that, right? I mean, is it frustrating? Sure. But you can't control when that happens, right? If there's someone out there that's willing to pay more than you are, then that's just how auctions work, right? So again, that's just one method, you know, that's very exclusive. It's very one of one. I mean, bid loops works because the potential upside and the potential ROI that you get from that loop is, there's no wall. I mean, there's no limit, right? There's no limit to what you can earn and what you can do with that song. And so to have that type of freedom, that's what you're paying for. Now, not to say that like every one of one auction bid loop will be 10K. I mean, you might have one that's a couple hundred, you might have one that's like 1,000, whatever it is. But whatever it is you are getting, is the potential upside is almost infinite. You know what I mean? And it really falls on what you can do to leverage that opportunity and that that loop, you know, especially from someone like me, right? And I always say this too, take advantage of my name, right? Like if you end up using one of my loops, or if you get yourself like a one-of-one loop from me, like, yes, putting my name on it is going to help, right? And that's partially what you're paying for, is the connection, and all, you know, it's just a win-win. And also too, when we do our next one, I'm going to start adding more perks, and I want to give more to whoever wins those loops, right? Not just exclusive usage of one loop, but it's gonna be more stuff. So we're gonna be going off. we're gonna be adding more. So yeah, super excited about that. Anush said that feeling causes haters to hate is probably a deep desire. Reframe those feelings and chase what you want. Yeah, I agree. And it's usually never personal, right? Like I said, I don't have any personal feelings towards people at all, you know, because how can I? You don't barely know me, you know what I mean? Like, I know that you're not speaking from a perspective that is like personal, because you don't, those people that may leave negative comments on your social media, you two guys, like, it's not just me, but if you guys read like a negative comment on, like, you know, your Instagram or your YouTube or whatever, you guys' comments, like, it's never personal, because that person doesn't even know you. So how can they feel that way from the perspective of like not even really knowing you? And it's definitely not personal. They don't know you personally. So whatever they're saying is not a personal thing towards you. It's actually the opposite. It's a reflection of them. It's a reflection of how they feel, and how what you do and what you say affects them. It's a reflection of how they feel. So it's actually a personal shot for them, you know, from them, right? So they're actually talking to themselves. So they're actually talking to themselves, which is kind of a mind fuck, but kind of cool and absolutely true. RJC said one of our squad of knights is the audio engineer for Sotheby's. That's right. LFG. I'm gonna just stop using those stupid degen words. I'm just tired of that. No offense to degens. Yes, one of our squad of knights is an audio engineer for Sotheby's. Let's go. And RJC said smash that like button. He is correct. Guys, like I said on Twitter, I'm going to be doing this every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 times a week. We're just going to talk, and I'm going to answer questions, and we're going to do Q&A, and we're going to talk about stuff. So in order for me to continue to do this for a long time, we have to let YouTube know that this is legit and you guys want me to continue to do this. And in order to do that, we gotta get that that YouTube algorithm going. So I'm gonna be real YouTubey right now. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon and leave comments. After this video is posted, leave comments. Yes. Okay, so Lex P said you could offer an auction loop for the highest bidder and then also occasionally do a lottery one at a set price for the community. Whoever draws the win pays for it. I like that. Lex P, I like that. We can do that too. We can experiment with that too, because like I said, if whatever I do that's brand new, let me tell you guys something. Whatever I do that's brand new in this community, whether it's auction loops, like bid loops, or whatever it is I'm doing, I want you guys to remember that part of me doing this is to create a blueprint for you guys to follow and do your own version, right? It has happened every single time I've done something, and as long as it benefits you and it benefits the community, and you're not screwing people over, and you're doing it in a way that's legit, that is healthy for you and that is healthy for other people, I'm always going to co-sign that. So that's another thing I want you guys to know too, is everything and anything I do is something that I want you guys to also take into consideration, to try yourself. And I'm not saying to like copy everything I do, but I want you to be empowered and inspired by what I'm doing, because that's why I do it. You know, I'm giving you guys ideas of, you know, some different things that you can do. Shada said, how do you go about mixing and mastering? I do it on Reason. You know, I don't really master. I mean, I put a little master plugin from Reason on my beats, but I don't master too much. Like, the thing is, you don't want your beats to be like too mastered or overly loud, because what happens is, if you get a placement or someone records on your 2-track beat, they're gonna take the 2-track at the studio. This is before you send them stems. They're gonna take whatever your MP3 sounds like. They're gonna import it into Pro Tools or whatever they're using to record vocals. They're gonna record the vocals, and then they're gonna finalize it. They're gonna master it. So they're gonna put a master on top of that. So if you have a beat that's overly mastered, that's too loud and too clean, and then they lower the volume down because it's too loud, and then they record vocals over that, and then they put their own master on that, you're gonna get a double master, and it's gonna sound like shit. It's gonna sound like a fucking crepe, not even a pancake. It's gonna sound like a crepe, and it's gonna be flat. There's gonna be no dynamic. It's gonna look like a brick. It's gonna look like a brick, and it's gonna be distorted, and it's gonna be shit. So never ever, I learned this the hard way, guys. Like, never overly master your beats. It's gonna bite you in the ass. Okay. Lackey said, you feel like you falling off. If that's a question, then I feel like my wings are getting bigger and bigger every year, to be honest with you, Lackey. It's crazy. Life is wild. I'm so blessed to just do this, and to be able to do this for so long is such a huge blessing. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything else, man. I wake up thankful every day to be able to do this, man. Like, it's really amazing. Russian Cream said, I learned song arrangement from you, bro. Good. That was my whole point. That was my whole goal, is when I was, you know, doing a lot of those beat making streams on Twitch, my goal was, hey, watch how I do it, so that maybe you can do your own version, or at least learn something from it, right? So I'm glad it helped you. D-Influence said, can you do a remixing masterclass in 1 hour? The one you did was gold to me. Yeah, I'll probably do it again. At some point. I'm really keeping beat making to a minimum on YouTube. Most of my beat making is going to be happening on my other platform, which is called illmind.xyz, which we're going to schedule another stream very soon for that in the near future. The creators of Beam are creating a custom pro page for me. So it's going to be a lot cleaner. It's going to be a lot easier to like connect your wallet and log in and do pay-per-view. It's going to be very easy. And then we're going to start going real consistent with the beat making on that platform. But for now, dude, pretty much all the content on here is going to be this, like, very intimate, conversational, talking to you guys. It's almost like we're all in the same room. Exactly like what we did with Past the Aux sessions. We're going to be here in the same room, chopping it up, talking about various things, you know, and we'll switch it up to every so often, but this feels good, and it feels fun and good to do it in the morning. Kick Drum said, got my first placement with a major artist, but they said no pub. Should I still sign the paperwork and take the L? Oh, Kick Drum, that's a tough one. I mean, if you made the beat, then you 100% should get publishing. I mean, look, when it comes to questions like this, my default answer is always going to be get yourself a good lawyer. I know, man. I know. Like, that's what it comes down to, because that's the hard truth of what all of this comes down to. You need a good lawyer, man. Like, there's gonna be people that are gonna try to take advantage of you, especially if and when you get your first placement. And this is for all of you guys. Like, if you guys have not gotten any major placements yet, and then you finally get your first one, they're gonna fuck with you. They're gonna fuck with you, most likely. Okay, kick drum sets with City Girls. Yeah, I mean, you just got to get a good lawyer and try to negotiate what you can negotiate. There's really not much more for me to say. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast right now, you know, and that's obviously no knock or no fault to City Girls or their representation. It's just the way the music industry is. If you're brand new, if you're a new producer and you haven't gotten any major placements, you don't have any feathers in your cap yet, like, it's gonna be tough. Those first few are gonna be tough. You're not gonna get the publishing or the percentages that you think you want or deserve. It's gonna depend on how good of a lawyer you have, if you even have a lawyer. I mean, here's the reality. Like, there's a lot of producers that get their first placement that don't even have lawyers, because it's like, where do you even find a lawyer? And then they get the paperwork, first draft, and then they sign the first draft, and it's like, fuck, they didn't even redline anything. Like, they weren't even able to negotiate anything. They just signed the first version of it. And the first version of any contract is always in favor. 99.9999999% of the time, the first draft of that contract is in favor of the person that gave you that contract. Okay, so you guys should definitely remember that too, is that draft number one is always going to favor that person. So it favors the artist, it favors the label, or whoever you're negotiating with. So then you have to what they call redline. Your lawyer has to take a look and say, okay, this is not cool. This we're changing. This we want more. We want 4%. We don't want 0.5%. We want 4%. Okay, $0 advance. That's not gonna work. We want 5K. You know, like, you need a lawyer to do that for you. So the question is, where do you find a lawyer? God damn it, where the fuck do you find a lawyer? That's the $1 million question. Relationships, dude. There's no, I mean, unless you guys know of a website that you could just, there is no website that you could just sign up and then, hey, I'm your lawyer. Or like, if you have, like, you get appointed, you know, like in a public case, like a public offense case. I don't know much about that stuff, but you know how they, like, if you do not have a lawyer, then you will be appointed one, like a shitty lawyer to just represent you. Like, what if the music industry had that, where it's like, well, if you don't have a lawyer, then we're gonna appoint you to like a real shitty bottom, and no offense to those, but like a real bottom of the barrel representation that you can afford, just so you could, you know what I mean? Like, so it's hard, guys. Like, it's really relationship based, but there are some good independent lawyers that want to help independent musicians. But I'm sure if you get deep into the rabbit hole, public defense, right? If you get deeper into the rabbit hole, you might find something out there. I mean, you'd be surprised, man. There's an app and a service for almost everything at this point. Like, people have thought of everything and have probably launched their own version of it. Public defender, yeah, exactly. So Bufo said, and apologies, I know the comments are getting cut off. I have to fix the cropping of that. Maybe make the text a little smaller. But Bufo said, I found my entertainment attorney by asking people around me who they've worked with and recommended. Had like 5+ people refer me to the same person, so I did my research and contacted her. worked great. Bufo, that's amazing. That's amazing. So that's a good way to do it. Ask around, use your social media, right? Start DMing some people and put some feelers out for some lawyers that are in the industry that are like active on Twitter. Man, Twitter is the best place, man. Twitter is a great place to find people. Do not sleep on Twitter. P status with the co-pro on this. Me and P did this. Let's go. That's a nice bouncy joint. Lex P said, if it's a major artist placement and it's your first, maybe you can leverage the no pub with exposure. No, that doesn't work. They don't give a shit. They're not gonna. Exposure is so subjective. They can say, well, exposure is us tagging you on Instagram, and then that's it. But exposure to you might be, hey, let me be in the video. Dog, unless you have a relationship directly with these people, like, that's not gonna happen. Have the artist shout you out. Yeah, no. I mean, Lex, like, that's a good, obviously that would be beneficial, but the odds of that kind of stuff happening is just 0.01%. So Gasoline Greg said, do you offer one-on-one consultation? I'm also in South Florida. Florida's the best. So I just opened up my monthly consultation here on YouTube. I have a monthly membership here on YouTube, and there's actually a mentorship that I'm offering where we do a phone call once a month. Okay, and it's just you schedule when you want to make the call based on the calendar, and then we get on a phone call, and then we talk directly, right? So and that could be ongoing every month if you want. So I'm offering that up. So Gasoline Greg, the answer, I guess the indirect answer to that is yes. I used to do them before, but they were so time consuming and I couldn't. But now I'm like opening it back up since I'm doing these streams and I'm committing to wanting to do YouTube more with you guys. I want to open that up to some of you as well. So if you click on join somewhere on the screen on the bottom, or if you click on my profile, you're going to be able to join the different membership tiers, and you'll see the high tier over there to be able to get on a phone calls with me. So how's Miami treating so far? It's incredible. It's incredible. I love Miami. MK Ultra said, how long is the call? I think it's 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute, or it might be 15. I don't know. We calculated something that was like really doable. It might be it's listed on the tiers. I'm pretty sure it's 30. It might be 15, but yeah, we do them once a month, and then you can schedule them anytime. Bufo said, have you had any Cuban sandwiches yet? Not a sandwich, but I definitely had Cuban food, and it was incredible. I've been having coffee. I think it might be Cuban coffee too, which is really, really, really good. Kick Drum said, basically I have an industry DJ that chops my beats. That's how I got the placement. There you go. There you go. I mean, whatever works. Whatever works. You know what I mean? Like, whatever works. LinkedIn is a good place to find people. It is. It is. I don't really fuck with LinkedIn, but there's a lot of people on LinkedIn. You'd be surprised. and a lot of industry people too. A lot of industry people. Shout out, thank you. Thank you. Guys, so we're doing Q&A. Ask a question. Ask a question in the chat room, and I'll choose you guys randomly. That's how we're doing it right now. I want to show you guys something. Let me just change this beat. Shout out to Napes. This is a beat with me and Napes. So there's a few things I want to remind you of. Okay, so first of all, we're doing this YouTube thing every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which I'm like so stoked to do with you guys. This is like therapy for me as well, just to be able to talk about things and learn from each other and do Q&A and answer questions. And you know, I want to be more accessible. I want to be more accessible to you guys. I get DMs, I get tweets, and I feel like this format works for me because this is enjoyable. And I'm hoping this format also works for you guys as well, because I'm having a lot of fun. So I want to show you guys really quick. If you go to blapkits.com, blapkits.com, obviously you guys know this is where I sell my drum kits and sample packs. I'm dropping a brand new sample pack. It's been a while. I'm dropping it this Thursday, and it's called Pieces Volume 2. Volume 1 was insane. And the cool thing about this sample pack, it isn't your ordinary sample pack. It's called Pieces because it's basically a construction loop kit where every element, every sound in this pack is in the key of C minor, and they all work together. So the premise of this pack is that there are two separate sections. You have your chords, you have 20 different chords, and then you have 20 different leads. And what you can do is you can just drag a chord into your DAW, any random chord, and then you drag a random lead into your DAW, and then it'll create a brand new original loop. And with those types of combinations, you can literally create 380 different combos, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Really, really cool. And so we released Volume 1 last year, and it was really a lot of fun. And you guys seem to have really enjoyed it. So I'm releasing Volume 2, and it's available on July 7th. That's this Thursday. So I wanted to knock down the price to $25, so you're going to save $5. So you could pre-order it now, and you'll get it on the 7th. So go to blapkits.com and hit that pre-order so you can get yourself a copy and save $5. But here's a little sample of how it works. This is from Volume 1. I'm going to be doing a full video, though, for you guys on how this works. But it's really, really simple. Let me show you. Check this out. So you got one chord, and then here's a random lead from the pack. And that's it. You got your loop. There's a different chord. And here's a different lead. And you can mix and match them any way you want. Really, really fun. Same chord progression, and then a different lead for this one. So you can imagine all the different combos. So that's a demo from Volume 1. But Volume 2 is dropping this Thursday. So, and I got a couple of new keyboards. That I used on this bad boy. So, super stoked. I have a Prophet Rev 2, and then up here is where my Yamaha DX7 goes. It's not here right now. And then I have a Dave Smith analog mono synth and some outboard pedals that I was fucking with, and then obviously some software too. Yeah, super stoked. Lex P said, is there any Midi included with the chords? Although I know you can rip the Midi with Melodyne and other software. The answer is yes, it will include Midi. Bufo said, have you ever had back or glute problems from sitting for too long? I drive all day and then come home to sit for several more hours, so I've had issues dealing with muscles and piriformis. Knock on wood, I have not yet, but I like to move as much as I can. Unfortunately, with what we do, sitting down is what we do for the majority of the time. So it's not the best thing in the world, but yeah, I try to move. I'm trying to just move around as much. Like after we're done streaming here, I'll probably like take a break, and then go around. I might even play tennis and then come back and get some work done. What I really want to do is set up like a standing desk. Any of you guys have a standing desk? I really want to try one of those. But also, too, I am excited about my setup here. I'm going to be getting more keyboards set up, which will allow for me to get up more often and play while I'm standing, stuff like that. DeAndre said, is there going to be any more Pieces Volume 1? No. We promised that there would only be one. There would only be limited copies. So for that one, it's discontinued. Okay, so let's see. Slaya, what up, Slaya? Slaya said, did you ever have people not agree with your career choice within your family? How did you deal with them? Wow, that's a good one. The answer to that is yes. Every family is different. I'm gonna default to this, man. I'm gonna default to this. If you have family members that don't agree with your career choice, I say I don't want to be offensive, but I probably will be. Just screw them, and I know that's not the easiest thing to do, but also what matters is context, right? Like, who are they? How much of an impact do they play, or what kind of role do they play in your life? So, there's no one size fits all answer to that. But you just got to pick and choose your battles. For me, it was definitely my parents, for sure. Definitely my parents. They didn't understand it. And so what I learned was they didn't understand or believe that music could be lucrative. And I think most immigrant parents have that sentiment. I don't want to box people in, but parents want their children to be successful, and so it's usually always coming from a place of love and care, and so I empathize with that, especially now having a daughter. But under the same breath, you have to also be mindful that like their generation is completely different from yours, right? So it's just a matter of doing the thing and prioritizing yourself, because if you prioritize yourself in doing that thing and that thing brings you joy, and it brings you joy, happiness, fulfillment, and it's your version of success and attaining success, whatever that looks like to you, those people that don't believe in you will see that. They're gonna see, oh, they're much happier now, or oh, this is something they're really passionate about, which will allow for you to excel even more. And the more you excel, the more successful you could become. And because it's something you're passionate about, it's something that you're going to keep doing. And that's going to show. That's going to show. They're going to notice that. They're going to notice that, right? So that would be my take of it. You know, if you have people in your life that don't agree with your career choice, you almost have to just do it, and then be hopeful and mindful that it's going to take them a while to catch up and realize that this is who you are and what you love and what you do. And so they're going to have to catch up. They're going to have to catch up, because you have to prioritize what's in your heart, you know? And again, every situation is different. Like, I don't want to like give all of you guys like advice that like I feel like every single human being should follow. You really have to assess your situation, right? Another thing too is, how independent are you, right? And this is not even for you, Slaya, directly. Like, this, we're kind of speaking in general now. But like, how independent are you, right? Like, some people move out of their parents' house when they're 17 or they're 18. They graduate high school and then they find an apartment and they thug it out, you know, and mom and dad aren't sending money. Maybe if you come from a low income family, you don't really have that luxury, right? But what are you willing to do for yourself what are you willing to sacrifice to try to get to that point of independence? And so I think the more independent that you are able to become as an adult, the more freedom of choice you have for something like, what career do I want to take? Or maybe I want to be a full-time musician, or I just want to be a DJ. I want to pursue that. Whatever it is you want to pursue. So it's like increasing your chances of pursuing your passion, or when you're pursuing your passion, you can increase your chances of doing that by being more independent. Because if you depend on your parents for money, they're going to have a lot of leverage on you. It's like being signed to a label. It's like a label, right? Well, I don't want to compare parenting to being signed to a label, but the point I'm trying to make is, if you're signed to a label and they give you a bunch of money, hell yeah, they're going to have some say-so in what you do and how you look and what songs are released and who you're allowed to collaborate with, right? All that kind of stuff. Because you're dependent on the label and they just gave you a ton of money. So they're part of your life for a long time. They have you, you know? So you really just want to be mindful of that part as well. Russian Cream Beat says you got to consider your responsibilities. Yeah, you're right. You do. But the more independent you are able to become, the more decision-making freedom that you potentially have in what you're doing. Ruben says, I want to be here. My parents want me in school. I signed for school this year, but being here is my real goal. I feel you, Ruben. Yeah. You know, I mean, you don't want to, you want to approach it in a way that is conducive to whatever your situation is, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, fuck your parents, go do whatever you want. But I'm also not going to say, hey, listen to every single thing they do and don't have your own train of thought. Like, I don't have any right to tell you what to do. But what I can say from my own experience is, depending on where you are in life and how independent you are, you have to assess your situation and act accordingly. But definitely know that all great things come with risk. They come with doing something brand new and weird and different and uncomfortable. And that's part of being an entrepreneur. That's part of pursuing a non-traditional career. As long as you're open to that and willing to take those risks, then you'll get one step closer to where you want to be. You really will. Adam, what up, Adam? Says salute to the Blap God in chat. Appreciate you, dog. We're doing Q&A. Ask me more questions, guys. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm literally here for you guys. But Slay, I hope that helped. I really do. Shay G said, can you hook us up with some VST suggestions? Man, I'm really liking Chords stuff. M1. I'm about to get I was gonna get the M1 keyboard, but then I'm like, let me just get the VST and see how that works. But some VST suggestions. I mean, shit, man. Effectrix. I just started using that a lot. Effectrix is wild. There's another one too. I can give you another really cool one. Let me see. GateLab. Check out GateLab. That's a cool one too. These companies need to pay me to shout them out though, so I'm not gonna say too many. These are beats from 2 years ago. 2 years ago. God's Will, what up, dog? What's good with you? Lex P said, passion is innate power within yourself, waiting, wanting to be expressed. If left untapped, your life can feel unfulfilled. Amen to that, bro. Amen to that, Lex. I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. Fulfillment is so important. So important. It really is. Newark Effect said, going through this right now, loving people from a distance to focus on my passion. Yep, limiting my availability to focus on getting better. There you go, Newark Effect. It was good seeing you at the Squatter Night party too, bro. But you're absolutely right, man. Sometimes you just have to prioritize yourself. Like, think about it, guys. Like, we're trained from birth. Once we start going to school, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, all the way to 12th grade, and even college, we're trained. The school system is trained to teach us how to be, how to follow directions and how to be compliant. Not to say that you should be incompliant and like break the law. I'm not referencing that, but I'm saying the method of learning and executing. We're trained to think and work along from the confines of like a set of rules, and so it's like very limiting. It's very limiting, right? Very in the box, and it's really difficult to break out of that reality. especially when you're an adult, you know. So we just have to be mindful of that. Like, don't be afraid to take those risks and break those rules, as long as you're not hurting, negatively affecting anyone in the process. Don't be afraid to take those risks and break those rules. Every successful person has and continues to. So that's very interesting. Adam said it ain't called the factory system for nothing. Yeah. You know, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking about all of like the successful moments that I've had in my career so far. And I came to a conclusion on how I was able to do that stuff. And the conclusion was this. You set a goal and you do that same thing for a long time. And I know there's people that say, hey, you know, you keep doing the same thing over and over and nothing happens, then you're crazy. It's like, no. If you do the same thing over and over and it feels good and it brings you joy and you keep doing it, you're getting closer and closer to that particular vibration, which will open up the opportunity and success within whatever it is that you're doing. But if you start one thing and you do it for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, and then you stop, and then you try something else, and you do it for a few weeks or a few months, maybe even a year, and then you stop, and then you try something else, and you keep pivoting, you never reach success. These plaques here are a result of me literally honing in on making music every day, nonstop. So there's definitely something to be said about repetition and doing something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again that takes you to a place where you can finally reach abundance and success. But you have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it, and you have to do it for a long time. Like YouTube, for example, right? I'll give you an example. And real quick, God's Will said, so this would be a caveat to the saying, if you're trying something and it isn't working, try something new. I think they're used in two different contexts. They're in two different contexts. But I'm not so much a believer in the, if it doesn't work, try something new. If it doesn't work, keep fucking going. Double down. If it's not working, fucking push through. Double down. Unless there's an obvious thing. Unless there's something obvious, but that's not... Success only comes through pushing the fuck out of yourself. Who's to say that it's not, what's not working? For who? You know? Like, double the fuck down. Like, if I decide to rap, I'm not saying I'm ever going to do this, because I don't have I have zero passion for like rapping. For me becoming a rapper, obviously I love rap music, obviously, but Ill mind being a rapper will never happen. But let me say this, and this applies to all of you. If I try to rap today, and all of a sudden I'm passionate about it, and this is something I really want to do, my first rap song is going to suck. Whatever rap song I make tomorrow is also going to suck. The next 100 rap songs of me rapping, they're all going to suck. Trash. I'm going to do it every day for a year. I might get better. But if I keep doing that shit, if I keep rapping and I fucking focus and I dedicate my energy for hours and hours and hours every day, and I do it for years, I will guarantee you that I will become better at rapping. And something will happen. The universe will bless me somehow to say, oh, okay, you're rapping. You're a rapper now. So let me bless you with this, and then let me put this person in your life, and let me have this phone call, and then you're going to end up at this one place where you're going to meet this person so that you guys can talk, and that's how this works, guys. Like, I know that sounds like boho, fucking The Secret, law of attraction. Like, fuck all that shit. Here's the real shit. Here's the reality. If you keep doing this something over and over and over again, and you love it, and you're so passionate about it, and you do it because it brings you joy, you're not doing it for any other reason. You're not doing it to prove yourself. You're not doing it to shit on your parents or shit on your haters. All those are negative vibrations. The universe, blessings don't come from negative vibrations. Negative vibrations only bring more negative vibration, right? So our target market here is abundance, right? Positivity, abundance, joy, happiness, right? So if whatever it is you're doing every day brings you joy and happiness, and it helps, and it's not screwing people over or affecting people negatively, and you do it so much, it could be beat making, it could be making loops, it could be playing guitar, it could be singing, it could be rapping, it could be fucking crocheting, it could be designing t-shirts, whatever, fucking pick a thing. It could be anything. Fucking, I hope that the YouTube algorithm doesn't screw me over because I'm cursing so much. I don't know how YouTube works, but it could be fucking pottery. Choose something. Anything. How to make TVs. I'm passionate about rugs. Whatever the fuck it is. You're going to choose it because you love it, and because it brings you joy, and because you can't stop thinking about it. And you're going to forget about all the people that judge you for it. And you're going to say, fuck you guys. I love this. And I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to overthink it. And I'm going to do it every day, by the way. And I'm going to do it for like a few hours. 2 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever your life is able to give you. I'm going to partake in this thing for many hours. And I'm going to do it every day. And I'm going to do it for like a lot of months. I'm going to do it for like many years. And you fucking do it. And then you keep going, and then all of a sudden the universe comes. Okay, I know this is the part that's a little boho, but hear me out. The universe comes and says, "Oh, hello. Oh, you're into fashion. You've been making these fucking cut and sew shirts for 3 years, and you've spent this is the universe talking, by the way. You've spent 14.4 hours every day on these t-shirts. And approximately 3.2 years straight without missing a day. This is your calling. As the universe, I will grant you this blessing and this blessing. I will put this person in your life. I will reward you with this person and this fashion designer. You will meet this fashion designer when you take a random trip to New York City and you stay, you're in Times Square and you run into this fashion. Don't worry about it. You're gonna meet this person. I'll make it happen. I'm the universe. I hold all the pieces. I could make anything happen. And then the fucking universe gives it to you, bro. You understand? This is the shit they don't teach us in school. So you hone in on a thing. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not negatively affecting anyone or screwing anyone over, yourself included, if you can check those things off, then go do it. And if you do that shit every day for many hours and for many months and many years, you will see results. And if you don't, that means you're not doing it. It means either you're not really doing it and you're lying to whoever you're telling this to. You're lying to the people, you're lying to yourself, or you're not really doing it, or you don't really love it. You're only doing it because you want Instagram likes, or you want to prove to your sister that like you're really a rapper, or you don't really love it. You just want to make money. I mean, there is having a passion for earning money does count, but so like don't lie to yourself either. Like there's people that I talk to all the time. Yo, I've been making beats for 15 years, man. 15 years, dog. Been making beats, man. I haven't seen a penny from my music. You know what I mean? These rappers, these motherfuckers don't use my beats. No one listens to me. That's a proof to your sister. You know, like, I've been doing this shit for 15 years, dog. And then you're just bitter. Have you really been doing it for 15 years? Or did you buy an MPC in 2006 and you did it for like a few months and then you were like, fuck this shit, and like you got frustrated. You got frustrated and then you kind of were on and off and then you stopped and then, you know, like you're not speaking to the universe, bro. You're not speaking to the universe. You have to give the universe a fucking clear picture. Make it obvious. Okay, let me say this. Let me say this, guys. Make your passion and your obsession obvious to the universe. Okay? You have to make it extremely obvious that this is what you want. Okay? You want to be a music producer? I'm going to pick music production. You want to be a music producer? Make it obvious that you want. This is who you are. Make it obvious. Feel it, but also do it too. right? You got the vision boards. You got the fucking, you talk about it to all your friends. All the YouTube videos that you watch on your algorithm are all fucking music production related. You're here on my channel. All the money that you make from your day job that you hate, guess what you do with it? You fucking buy VSTs. Every fucking waking moment of your free time, whether you have kids or no kids, whatever it is, you're making beats. You're sitting here fucking making beats. You're learning every day. You're doing the tutorials. You're making at least 1 beat per day, and then now you're making 10 beats per day. You instead of going out on the weekend, you're in the studio because you want to be there, and you're making beats, and you're looking for ways to. You're making it obvious that this is what you want. Okay, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, faith, God, whatever higher power you believe in. That's what I'm referencing. I call it the universe, but the universe, you have to tell the universe what you want, but you have to make it fucking obvious. If you just kind of like it, then the universe is gonna be like, all right, cool, well, fuck you, bro. I'm not giving you no Drake placement. The audacity to think that as the universe, the granter of all grants and all blessings, will give you, little old you, a placement or a platinum plaque. You? Show me how badly you want a platinum plaque, okay? Because I know about 1,000 producers who do this every day. Blood, sweat, and tears. They spend their last penny on VSTs, and they sacrifice for many, many years. Those producers are first in line. You are a half-assed producer. All you do is complain and troll on YouTube, and you haven't even purchased your own VST. You just download all your shit for free on Reddit. You're not even willing to support the producer community. You download your shit on Reddit. You don't deserve a plaque. Here's the point I'm trying to make here. Whatever the fuck you want from life, we're gonna go fucking crazy right now. Let's go. Pick a thing. It literally could be anything. It doesn't matter how stupid or crazy it sounds to other people, because fuck them. Pick a thing and fucking do it a lot. And show the world and show yourself how obsessed you are with this. Make it obvious. That's the point I'm trying to make in this conversation today. Make it obvious to the universe that this is what you want to do, and this is what you want in life. Because there's going to be someone out there that's making it more obvious than you. Let me say that one more time. There's hundreds of thousands of people out there that are getting blessed in the same thing that you want to be blessed in. But here's the difference. Those people that are getting the blessings that you're not getting yet, guess what? They're out here and they're making it obvious. They're making it real obvious. So how obvious are you making it? Are you being discreet? Are you kind of doing it? Are you kind of there? Are you a little scared? That's okay. Just know that know what you're signing up for. Know what you're signing up for. Human beings have the human brain, and human beings have the ability to achieve unbelievable things. Unbelievable things. Pick a thing. Pick a thing. Here's the criteria, though. I'm going to say this one more time. Choose whatever the fuck you want to do. As long as it's not hurting anyone. As long as it's not hurting you. Okay? As long as it's not hurting anyone. As long as it's not hurting yourself. Okay? And as long as it's something that you can sustainably do. And something that you find extreme joy in. That's important. Without joy, this won't work. Okay? And that's it. And then make it obvious. Make it obvious. That's it. I can count it on one hand. That's all you need. Just those 5 fucking things. You don't need a strategy book. You don't need fucking this or, I need to pick. No. No. You don't need shit from anyone. Okay? You just need, as long as it's not hurting anyone, as long as it's not hurting you, okay? As long as you find joy in it, okay? Make it obvious. And it's sustainable. Go. What are you waiting for? What is it? You want to be a fucking music producer? Go make some fucking beats. Obsess over this. Right? I mean, all of you guys are passionate, so you're here. We all share the same passion. Right? Pick a thing. Rap? You want to rap? Where are your raps? You better fucking, after this is over, this YouTube stream, you better go write a fucking song or record it. Do something rap related. Right? What? Pick something. It could be anything. Okay? But make it obvious, bro. Make it obvious. I'm gonna go pick up my daughter from the park and get some lunch. And then when I come back, guess what I'm doing? I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna make music because the universe I am connected with my vibration. The universe is like, okay, ill mind. I know you, ill mind. We've done some work together. I know you see the wall, ill mind. Me and you, we've done a few things together. And we're going to continue to collaborate together, Mr. Illmind. But you have to make the music. You want to be on YouTube? And you want to help people on YouTube? You better do this again tomorrow. You said Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You better do it. Okay? I'm watching you, Illmind. You want 100,000 subscribers? You want 1 million subscribers? Like Kyle Bates? 2 clicks and you're done? Have you watched any of Kyle Bates's YouTube videos? Do you see how much time and effort Kyle Bites puts on his videos. He works hard on this YouTube thing. So you see what I've done with him. Shout to Kyle Beats, by the way. It's my boy. But look, I'm not here to do fucking YouTube videos. I'm here to do Q&As in the morning with you guys. And to talk, and do Q&A, and be intimate. That's why I'm here. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe. Help the algorithm. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. Oh, Miles Ellington said you forgot to touch on discipline. Yeah, discipline is definitely important. But I think discipline comes... When I say joy, joy is very much a part of discipline, because if you're joyful about something, then it's really hard to not do it, right? It's really hard to not do it. If something brings you so much joy, it's not only hard to think about it, stop thinking about it, but it's really hard to not do it, right? And by not doing something consistently, in a sense, you are being consistent and disciplined into going. So you see how that works, Miles? Like, at least this is from my perspective, like, joy is very much a root that will kind of has different extensions, and discipline is an extension of joy to me, because once you find joy in something, there's discipline, there's consistency, there's abundance, fulfillment, skill set, right? Like, if you find joy in like playing guitar, like, you're gonna keep doing it, and if you keep doing it, you're just gonna naturally become better to eventually become really good at it, right? So that's why if you're lacking joy in whatever it is you choose, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And don't lie to yourself. You have to really be joyful about it. Don't try to trick yourself into thinking you find joy in it, when deep down inside, it's just not fun at all. It's not joyful at all. So joy is the fuel, in a way. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. Shout out to all my subscribers. Hit the sub, hit the like, hit the bell icon, all that shit. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to go make music. I'm going to go have some lunch. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit me on the comments. Leave some comments during the replay, and I'll try to reply to everyone, all right?